Okay, first let's say all praise is glory and honor to Yahweh Bashim Al Shai Bashim Gapadash. The divine say others possible teacher at Milson, following the truth, and also show one to the hopeful life of Israel. And I'm going to turn this something that just happened to me. Coming on the way home from camp, headed to the store to get some groceries or whatnot, and found out part of my car had actually gone bad. It was a wheel bearing, and I was able to make it to the store and back home. But from the sound of it, and how the car was working and whatnot, it was pretty bad. So obviously I'm gonna have to get that replaced. But it may be a small or minor thing, but looking up wheel bearing, the thing, when you're driving, the thing can fail and fuck up a ton of other components in your car, which would cost more and repair. But not only the shit could fail while you're driving, your whole shit could lock up. You could get in a car accident. That small a small part can pretty much cause your death. But the entire time I was praying to the Lord to be able to be able to make it back home safely, and shit didn't fail, and everything turned out all right. Like I said, maybe a small thing, but I just took that as an example of having faith in Yahweh Shemal Shai, what it could do for you. I'm gonna go to this here because the whole ride back home, I was just remembering scriptures and whatnot, because I'm not exactly in a position to afford a ton of repair costs. Here we're fucked up in Babylon, so I'm not in a position to to go through a ton of money with repairs and all that shit. But I'm gonna read this in Sirach 2 and 10, because like I said, the whole time, and I was praying, and the Lord allowed me to make it home, and the car is still intact, so I can actually drive it to a mechanic instead of having to get it towed. But just gonna skim through the whole chapter, because our forefathers dealt with a lot worse, actually facing death. 7 children being an example, Eleazar. And our people wonder what good what good is it to believe in the Lord. And there's actually, I think it was an Ephraimite that walked past the camp. You had one of the brothers told him that he was a Jake, and he just walked past, and made eye contact and kept it on moving. And he had a family. Majority of our people don't see any value in believing Yahweh Shemal Shai, but that's an example. There was another brother who actually, a family member of his is roped up in some, gang member shit, and they actually kidnapped the brother. And they ended up letting him go because when they looked through his phone, he was doing like videos on the Bible, and they realized that he wasn't, he wasn't a part of the whole, gang lifestyle shit. But that's an example of how having faith in the Lord can save your life. And it ranges in every aspect of our lives, not only bigger things, but smaller things as well. Because the Lord talks about how He wants us to call on Him, when we're in need. And not only, just when we need something. This is Sirach 2 and 1. My son, if thou come and serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright, constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And Job is an example of how he pretty much lost everything, but what at the end he didn't curse the Lord, and he gained he at the end he gained everything back, everything that he lost. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take thee cheerfully, and be patient, when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. And what gold is tried in the fire purified. And me personally, obviously I'm not trying to make this about me, but I hope this like just goes to what's the correct word to use? Adds to the example of how I have fucking anger issues bad, and usually with something inconvenient happens, I lose my shit, on the spot. But I've actually been dealing with a slew of pretty much the same similar type of problems. And remember in the scriptures, what after I took a step back, took a breath, and decided to not do that. I just prayed, and I made it home safely with as far as I'm aware, no extensive damage to my vehicle. And once again, like I said, this can range from smaller things to bigger things in our lives. Believe in Him, He will help thee, or that way right, and trust in Him. Ye that fear the Lord, waits for His mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe in Him, and your reward shall not fail. Now, like I said, I'm just going to jump down, look to the generations of old, and see, did ever any trust in the Lord that was confounded, or did any abide in His fear and was forsaken? Or whom did He ever despise that call upon Him? For the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction. Woe be, woe be to fearful hearts. And what you can apply this to Jacob's trouble, because these instances and these things that we go through are practice for when our lives are going to be put in harm's way. And there's a scripture said how you have not resisted unto blood. Our lives haven't been we haven't yet been looking down the fucking barrel, or looking down the barrel of a gun and the fucking guillotine over us, and having lost everything. And these little trials help build us up, because the average person in the world, I was just talking to Jake about some there was some shit concerning like the food in the store and whatnot, and looking at them and whatnot, like the average Jake, they're not ready for they have no faith in the Lord. They have no training. They're just going, or they're just operating aloof to what's really going on and the path that's set ahead. They likely don't have the names, or they don't have truth, sincere faith in Yahweh Shema Shai. And that is a scary thing, because something the scriptures talk about how the Lord is a shield, a buckler, a place of defense, safety. And here in this world where anything could go wrong at any fucking time, that's a terrifying thought to know that you're pretty much on your own. Rather than have the creator of all these things have your back. I know there's a scripture said, "Fear not what a man can do to you, but fear him which destroyed both soul and body in hell." Which is it's not talking about actual hell. It's talking about here on earth. This is hell. Verse 13: Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. It says, "Look to the generations of old." And I know there's a scripture. It was in Hebrews. I think it was in 11, or maybe 11 or 12. Yeah, 11. Hebrews 12 and 2. 1, for now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtain a good report. For consider him that endures such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest he be wearied and faint in your minds. You have not resisted unto blood, striving against sin. And that's something that our forefathers did. In Acts, all the apostles are, except for John the Baptist, are murdered brutally. Our prophets have always been hunted down and murdered. A lot, going to Maccabees, right? There was it was on the Sabbath day. When our people who chose not to fight on the Sabbath, they were slaughtered. And I think it said about how they stood on their feet and they faced their death and they were slaughtered, having faith in the Lord. Once again I mentioned Eleazar. He was murdered having faith in Yahweh Shema Shai. The 7 children. Yahweh Shai. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth. I'm gonna jump. Like I said, I'm gonna jump down. Or 7, if you do a chastening, how will deal with you as with sons? For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? I don't think. Or no, this is 12. This, yeah, it was in 11. Wait, did I switch chapters? No, it's the same thing. Okay, 11, Hebrews 11, and I'll, um, 6. But without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he's a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Scriptures also talk about not having any doubt that he is going to make a way. Verse 8, by faith Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receiving inheritance obeyed and went out, not knowing whither he went. And what was what was that thing that Abraham did? he the Lord tested his faith, and he was about to sacrifice. He was about to kill his son, or in his mind, because he the Lord told him go out and sacrifice his son, but he went out and did it. He did well. The angel stopped him, obviously, but he came close to. If he wasn't stopped by the angel, he would have done it. He had faith in the Lord. But going down, it's going down to accounts of our forefathers, foremothers, having faith in Yahweh Shema Shai and being rewarded. And the ultimate reward is the kingdom. But in these, in this, especially here and now in Babylon, especially now more than ever, because people get knocked off left and right. Once again, all types of shit can go fucking wrong. And if you don't have any, that's why one of the reasons why the people in the world, they give so much to the world, is because that's all they have. They don't have anything else. But the world will fucking betray you. The world will spit you. If the world will cast you aside if you're not deemed what they consider to be valuable. But with Yahweh Shema Shai, what, you come to him, you change your life around, and stop being a demon. You have faith in him, you call on his name. You don't have to fucking spend 12 years going to college for a damn degree that you're not going to use. Now, obviously there are sacrifices that you have to make, but in the long run, the reward for, sacrifices you make for the Lord far outweighs the reward that you get in the world. And ultimately, once again, the kingdom. But this is something our people don't believe in. That's why they give so much into the world. They don't have the proper vision. On verse 17, by faith Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, and he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son. But I'm not gonna go on any longer. But just something that I thought was like going in the faith of the Lord, because it was a topic that was brought out at camp too. But hope is that found say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Ashai Bashim Gakadash. The Bible says, elders, apostle, teach the great millstone, for learning the truth. Shalom to hope like Israel, instruction, battle on great America.